What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. UFC Fight Night 176 in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Apex Facility. The fight that we're going to look at right now is Jamahal Hill against Klidson Abreu. Man, this is a fight between two light heavyweights, which is definitely going to be a good one in my opinion. First of all, we have Jamahal Hill, who's like the guy who does that face. He's amazing. He seems like a joker. He seems like someone who's friendly, someone who's you could it's easy to get on his good side, but man, once you get in that cage, he just unleashes on you, and that is shown by his record. He's undefeated. He's 7-0. He's 6'4", weighs 205 pounds. And listen, if I saw that guy in a bar and he got mad at me or just like anyone of that stature, like physical stature, I'd be like, look, take everything you want. Please, I don't want to. Dude, if that guy punches me in the face, he's sending me to the next, dimension. I'm going to see what's after in the next planet. They're launching, the rocket. NASA's, launching, two astronauts as we speak to the moon. And, if I get in a fight with this guy, I'm going to be there now. He's going to punch me now. I'm going to be there now. Jamahal Hill is actually the favorite. He is, at -135. While Abreu is at +115. And so let's talk about Hill's wins for a sec. He has 7 wins, 0 losses. Of those 7 wins, 3 have actually come from knockout. The other 4 have actually come from unanimous decision. So again, he's got that gas tank, but if he's got to lay you out, he'll lay you out. So Hill is my favorite for this fight. He does have less experience, you could say. But at the same time, he's been extremely proficient, sort of like what Adesanya has been doing. Not comparing the two because Adesanya is en route to becoming one of the best. But Adesanya also started with a 7-0, And yeah, but if there's one thing that worries me about Hill is, again, his experience. Because, a fighter that goes 7-0 is also a fighter who could potentially get, work himself up a bit mentally and then sort of be a bit flippant in a situation where he's fighting another fighter. But again, that's just me being trying to think of all the options, all the things that come to mind. At the same time, a fighter that goes 7-0 is also a fighter who is just bulletproof vision, who has it all laid out and it's been working for him. Someone who gets 7-0 and someone who's undefeated is also someone who's got to have a very hard camp, a very tough camp, who works every single day. And that's just something that Hill, that's the type of fighter that Hill is. And so that's why I'm rooting for him in this fight. Okay, so Hill, without a doubt, great fighter. But let's try to look at the other side of the spectrum here. Klidson Abreu, he has a record of 15-4. Yes, he has more losses. 4 losses, more than 0. But at the same time, he's also doubled the victories of Jamahal Hill, which gives you something to think about. Would you rather support someone with less losses and less wins, or more losses and more wins? You could argue that, more losses means he's a worse fighter, but more wins could show that he has more experience. So that's the conundrum that I'm in right now, as in regards to which fighter I want to try and pick. Let's analyze him a little bit. Obviously, he's a tank as well. He's 6'2", but he's a very, very good wrestler. He's a very good wrestler. What he'll do is he'll pretend he'll strike you, and then he'll just try to wrap your knees and try to take you over, scoop you up, and then get on you and then put you in a hold or whatever. That's the type of fighter he is. And so specifically, that's how he's been able to win for the majority against his opponents, because of those 15 wins, 10 have actually come from a submission. And so this, again, gives you something to think about. Of course, he's a very good fighter, which is truly why this fight could go either way, because you have an undefeated fighter against a very good fighter. It could go either way. What worries me about Abreu is that he's lost 2 of his last 3 fights against Magomed Ankalaev, sorry, bro, and Shamil Gamzatov, sorry, who are both very good strikers, like Jamahal Hill is. So that sort of put it a bit in perspective for me. And so I thought, if this guy lost 2 of his last 3 to very good strikers and Jamahal Hill is a good striker, chances are he could potentially lose this one as well. But that's just me thinking. So again, I believe that if this fight remains standing up, Hill could potentially have it in the bag because one doesn't just win 7 fights like that, and 3 by knockout. You know, it's or by decision. Like, someone who is able to have that type of record is someone who is literally relentless in the ring from start to finish. So I think if it stays standing up, Hill has it in the bag. I truly don't think there's a reason for why he shouldn't extend that win streak to 8 if the fight remains standing up. However, if Hill's lack of experience, you could say, in comparison to Abreu, causes him to sort of leave loopholes in his fight game to where Abreu could take advantage of, and then he could put him in submissions and start grappling and playing around a little bit, total different ballgame. If that were to be the case, Hill's in danger. And so again, I think it's all about mentality. If Hill is able to protect himself, not leave loops and spaces in the game, he could have it in the bag. But at the same time, if he lets go of that little bit of concentration, that mindset that always keeps fighters in their top form, it's going to be danger. It's going to be danger for Hill. For the sake of it, I'm going to go for Hill. I believe that Hill is going to win just because he's undefeated. You can't go against someone who's undefeated. Like, someone's going to clip this. You can't go against someone who's undefeated. Yeah, but at the same time, like, I'm aware that Abreu's grappling game is a lot better than Hill's. So, I mean, if Hill can get it out, if Hill can finish him nice and early, then that's it. That's how it's going to go. So I think it's going to end via knockout or via TKO. I don't think it's going to last the whole fight. It's gonna be finished by TKO or by unanimous decision in the favor of Jamahal Hill. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to see both sides of the spectrum. This is a bit of research that I did to gather some facts to feed my brain a little bit in regards to who could potentially take it. But yeah, I'm interested in what you guys think. Comment down below who you think is going to win. Subscribe to the channel if you like these types of videos. I'm going to be covering more fights that are leading up to this May 30th UFC Fight Night 176. Tyron Woodley is also one to look at against Gilbert Burns, who's had an insane streak so far. But yeah, if you're interested in those types of videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe and I'll see you in the next one, then I'll see you in the next one.